Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. I am joined, as always, by Johnny Verable.
That's not how you say it.
Johnny Venerable is in studio today. We've got chaos, we've got madness, we've got friendship.
Nope, we don't have that, but we do have the college football playoff rankings officially out. Super interesting. I want to start off on the top, Shane, to talk about the Cincinnati Bearcats, a program that's near and dear to my heart. We talk about it on our PHNX tailgate show every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. about how I think that, you know what, they're not going to be let in. And it turns out 6th in the rankings yesterday when it came out. But the good news is I've had an opportunity to kind of dive in with some strategies on the whiteboard here. The fine folks with the Coyotes left this here. And I thought, okay, I think I can help the Cincinnati Bearcats get into the college football playoff. So here's what I got going here. It says, if you can't read this, play real teams.
Oh, that's a good one.
And also, this is for you, Shane. Suck it.
That's for me?
Yeah, suck it, because they are not getting in. I told you they weren't getting in.
Why are you telling me to suck it?
Because you and Saul have told me all year, oh, Cincinnati, mommy, I want to let them into the playoff.
I have not said that one time.
I feel like you and Saul are like Cinderella, Boise State.
I'm all for chaos. I'm not all for letting them in. I agree with the rankings right now. Everybody that's saying Alabama doesn't deserve to be number 2. Yeah, the loss to A&M was a little egregious, but at the end of the day, it's Alabama. We're talking best teams. We're not talking strictly like win-loss. And it's the same type of shit like a Coastal Carolina team that goes undefeated or a UCF team in the past that goes undefeated.
You love participation trophies. Your room is littered with them. We've got them on display here in the studio, and that coincides perfectly with Cincinnati. That's why I just think you guys are simpatico. You coincide so well.
Okay, that's fair. Well, last night, the World Series wrapped up. The Atlanta Braves absolutely destroyed those cheaters, and we have our picks from last night. We only had one of them, and it was Braves money line plus 115. Me and Johnny were both on that.
Cheaters,
dirty little cheaters,
dirty rotten cheaters.
They derive from the dirt. They're little stinky boys down playing in Houston, and the Astros don't deserve anything.
They don't,
except for
I do like Dusty Baker, and I feel like he's an impartial third party in all of this. We felt like if they had any kind of good mojo going into this World Series, it was because of him. He has not ever won a World Series, so you do feel bad. But the Atlanta Braves, 88 wins. We just felt like team of destiny.
Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous because Petey's behind.
I saw the hockey whiteboard coming. I thought
this is my analysis for Shane today, and then also Cincinnati to play real teams.
No, he's not.
I'm a big fan of props, if you don't know. So when I come in the studio and I see fun things that I don't usually have access to because people keep things away from me, I'm going to use them.
That's funny that you're a big fan of props because you suck at betting them.
Wow. I'll leave you with that. Edmonton Oilers plus 115 puck line.
Okay.
Nashville.
All right.
Nashville's got the back-to-back tonight. Take Edmonton minus 1.5 or plus 1.
You heard it here first.
I love PD, but I don't know what the hell he just said. I don't know anything about it.
Oilers puck line.
Yeah, Oilers puck line minus 1.5 or plus 115 on the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. If you want to bet on that or you want to bet on anything else on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can. Download it. Sign up using that promo code PHNX. Bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game. Stop looking at me. It's making me nervous. And you get $200 in free bets. That's 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. I'm using the ad copy as a crutch, but that was all off the rip. That was all off top.
Oh, about time. About time you've been able to get a decent read on this show. We've been doing it for 8 flipping weeks. It's been an embarrassment. We'll probably lose DraftKings by the end of the show.
Wow.
Continue on.
That's it's as simple as that. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable, and I'll leave it at that. We have some picks for you. I'll go with mine first for this college football weekend. Give me UCF minus 12.5. I like this team a lot. 2 touchdowns. Whenever I hate when it's at 14.5. I hate when it's at 7.5. The 12.5, 13.5. Why?
Why do you hate when it's at 7.5?
Because that means that you have to score more than a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
You have to win by more than a touchdown.
I get that.
You know?
I get that.
There. So math, easy stuff. And so 12.5, win by 2 touchdowns, easy money. And I actually faded you on my next game. I'm taking Oregon minus 7 against Washington.
Okay.
this is their chance. I mean, it's the Pac-12, so I can totally see it going the other way.
Yep.
But this is their chance getting into the CFP right now. They're in the money, as I would say if I was betting on them, to make the CFP. Number 4, they have to win this game. I mean, there's no excuse to lose this game. Washington is not a great team, and they've been underperforming like crazy, and so is Oregon. But I think they cover. I think they blow out Washington in Washington. And yeah, give me those 7 points. And my last one, USC at ASU. This game is going to be gross. 7:30 kick time. ASU might be sleepy. I've seen weirder things.
Are you going to go to the game?
Pac-12 after dark. No, I have to do the post game show from home. Brittany will be there for PHNX Sun Devils though. I'm taking the under 60 in that game. I don't think that both those teams score enough. I think it's going to be one-sided one way. And I think either ASU wins by 20 or USC wins by 20, and it's just a complete utter disgrace on one side of the ball.
I don't like any of those picks. I do like mine, however. Let's get those thrown up.
I fucking hate you.
Let's start with Cincinnati. Oh, mommy, I didn't get into the playoff. Minus 22.5 this week. I don't care if they score 100 points. Whomever they play, Tulsa, Tulane, it doesn't matter. They're not getting in even if they go undefeated. So we can officially put them to bed. This is the last time I'm going to bet on them. My picks are established with the playoff this week. And I think on the flip side... Get out of here. I think on the flip side, I was right. Play real teams. On the flip side, I think Washington covers. That's a historically difficult place to play. Yeah. +7 is a lot of points. I think that game could be a field goal game in the fourth quarter. I like Oregon as a program. I lived in Eugene for 3 years. This is what they do, right?
Nobody cares where you live.
This is what they do. They have high expectations, and then they blow it, and then when you start to sleep on them again, then they come back to life. They're 4th in the ranking. They control their own destiny. I think they win, but I think Washington covers. And then lastly, like Herm Edwards, I have huge respect for you. What the hell are you doing with your program? You need to come out fiery. 2 straight losses. He looked dejected at the press conference. Just my internal belief in Herm Edwards as a coach. Yep. I think he's good. I think that now that they assume that the playoffs certainly are out of their control. Maybe Pac-12 championships not on the table. It's like, let's just get our mojo back, go to a quality bowl game. Because this, at the end of the day, you know this better than anybody. This is who ASU is as a program. Yeah. They're going to lose 3 to 4 games every year, and they're going to go to a decent bowl game, and they're going to have a good showing. I just think right now they're better coached than USC. I think the talent level is equal. I think USC kind of as a program this year is kind of given up until they get the new head man in charge. So, I think the Sun Devils bounce back this weekend.
The 8.5. Well,
I do.
This is what I've always said on our PHNX Sun Devils show. Herm, I would like him as a life coach. I don't think he's a great college football coach, and I think he's living off his NFL resume right now, and that's kind of carrying him through.
Okay.
But at the same time, when I lose faith in Herm, he can go right up to the podium the second the game ends, and then I'm fully bought in again.
I'm right back in.
He is that good at motivation. But why isn't it working on the players? You see, this team did not look like they wanted to play last week. I don't understand how they come in to off of a bye week at home against Washington State and lay an egg like that. It's upsetting. I think they bounced back this week, but I thought they would bounce back last week. So I'm staying away.
3 straight losses for sure. Is very difficult to do, and I'm not even picking them to lose. I'm picking them to cover. Yeah. I think they'll come out and play inspired football because they were told all week how garbage they were. That was an embarrassment last week. I'm sure they've been chomping at the bit to get back on the field in front of their home fans, most importantly. So,
yeah, I was a little surprised when they were favored by 8.5. I know it's at home, and I know Drake London broke his ankle or whatever, and he's a playmaker, but I don't know. 8.5.
I think USC's packed it in for the year.
Yeah, Keaton Slovis might not be as bought in a lot of things. Weird with coaching there. We'll look ahead to, or we just looked ahead to what this weekend is going to be. Before we get out of here, I know we touched on it a little earlier in the show. What are you expecting for the CFP committee to be looking for this weekend, and what do you think that the landscape's going to look like after this weekend?
I think they want real teams to play real schedules and real games. To me, that's the qualification.
Yep.
I think they are desperate to not have the Big 12 be a representative because they've seen that story 1,000 times in the first round where a Big 12 team, whether it's Oklahoma or whomever, usually it's Oklahoma, loses to a Georgia or an Alabama. And I think they're over that, and I think that's the right decision. Right now, I would say whomever comes out of the Big 10, I think it's going to be Ohio State because I think they're going to run the table.
Yeah.
I think the 4 teams that we have right now, pending a slip-up by the Oregon Ducks, in which case that would open the door, I think, for the Big 12. This is who we're going to get. I think
Michigan State wins out.
No, I think Ohio State wins out, and they win the Big Ten, and they leapfrog.
Yeah, gotcha.
I also think that Alabama could lose to Georgia and have 2 losses and still get in, and I would have no problem with it.
Yeah, that's going to – I wouldn't either, but historically, I mean, people are going to –
I want NFL players on display and good quality games. I don't – this is not a charity. We don't run a charity in college football. Play a real schedule. Get into a real conference, Cincinnati. Go to the ACC and win the ACC like Clemson does, and then we can have a conversation.
Like Clemson.
Oh, are they going to the Big 12?
Yeah. Cincinnati, UCF, Houston.
Oh, yeah, that's right, to replace Texas and Oklahoma.
Like Clemson did. Clemson does not do that anymore. They don't win that ACC.
That's true.
They're terrible and they're dirt.
Thank you for that
piece
of information.
Absolutely murdered one of my picks by over the last weekend with Florida State. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about that.
We were laughing at you on Monday. Derek and I were. You had the day off, and we spent probably half our show just basking in that finish because
I didn't watch it, so I'm gonna go watch that after that and start some vendetta.
I saw you like shitting on me at the beginning of the PHNX tailgate. Don't think I didn't see that.
Well,
and so I had to counter and laugh at you Monday.
Well, it was more of a parody toward you.
No, it was disrespectful.
Well,
it was based out of disrespect, and you had some new people on the show that you were trying to impress. I get that.
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, like, I don't take cheap shots at you ever.
Listen, this is my problem. When I get around new people, I get so nervous, and I need to start impressing them.
And that's the show.
We will be back tomorrow at noon to talk some spicy TNF.
I probably won't be here tomorrow.
Well, I will. I will be back here tomorrow. Really?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, I'll have somebody on to talk Thursday Night Football with me. Gross game with the Colts and the Jets. I'm not very excited for that. Maybe some primetime Wentz action. Maybe we see another Mike White game, which I'm not really excited about either. Maybe we see Joe Flacco. Who knows?
It's a horrible tease for that show tomorrow.
Well, Monday through Friday, every day at noon. Follow me on Twitter at Shane D. Follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the PHNX Bets page at PHNX_bets. You can follow PHNX_sports around all social medias. Give a like to the video. Leave a review on the podcast, audio only. And we will see you here tomorrow. Peace. Thank you.